News 4 never stops watching out for you. Starting right now with breaking news.
And that breaking news off the top comes out of Jefferson County. It's a story News 4 has been following for 10 hours now. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Laura Hettiger in for Robin Smith. Thank you for joining us. A suspect is dead after an all-night manhunt in Jefferson County. The Sheriff's Department says Sean Nims shot 2 deputies early this morning in Cedar Hill. That's where we find our Emily Rao, who's been tracking this story since it broke. And Emily, what have you learned?
Well, Laura, as you know, it was a very tense and quickly developing scene here this morning. This parking lot behind me, it was filled with law enforcement officials from all over this area, Jefferson County, Franklin County, St. Charles, and St. Louis. All kinds of people here to help out, to find the man that the sheriff tells me was wanted for a felony when he shot 2 deputies this morning.
The suspect was struck and is deceased at the scene.
The woman who lives in that home where Nims was shot, they also arrested her. No word yet on whether she will be charged with a crime. Now, as for those 2 deputies who were shot, the doctors released them from the hospital this morning. They are expected to be okay. Live in Jefferson County, I'm Emily Rao, News 4.
Thank you, Emily. And we are not done investigating this story. Tonight on News 4 at 5, a deeper look into the life of Sean Nims. News 4's Craig Cheatham looks for clues that may explain what happened today. Game 1 of the NLCS gets underway tonight. The Cardinals host the Dodgers. Tons of excitement already downtown at Busch Stadium. News 4 sports anchor Doug Vaughn. He is live near the ballpark.
Laura, it's kind of the quiet before the storm right now. Not a lot of people here, but by the time we're back here at 5 o'clock, there'll be plenty of hecklers yelling up at me and making fun of my hairline. Laura, back to you.
All right, thank you, Doug. And don't forget, there are plenty of things set to happen before tonight's first pitch in and around Busch Stadium. A pregame pep rally in the Ballpark Village parking lot goes from 4:30 to 6:30. It includes live music and, of course, a St. Louis tradition, an appearance by the Budweiser Clydesdales. As Doug pointed out, first pitch is at 7:37. Joe Kelly is on the mound for the Redbirds. And let's get a live look inside Busch Stadium right now. The weather should be nice if you're heading to the game. Meteorologist Ken Earhart is in the Forewarn Weather Center tracking how things will be. Hello, Kent.
Hey, how are you, Laura? Looks good outside. We've got, of course, the pep rally and all kinds of outdoor activity and excitement here this afternoon and really through the weekend coming up, Laura.
All right, thank you, Kent. And happening today, Republicans and Democrats appear to be working toward a possible solution to end the government shutdown and avoid defaulting on loans. House Republicans are working on a bill to raise the nation's borrowing limit without any restrictions. They presented their ideas to President Obama during a meeting at the White House. So far, no agreement has been reached, but both sides called these talks productive. President Obama signed a bill that will restore benefits for the families of service members killed during the government shutdown. The government typically pays out $100,000 within 3 days of a service member's death. However, because of the shutdown, the Pentagon said it was legally barred from paying the benefit while the government was closed. This law frees up money while the shutdown continues. And if you wanted to check out the Great Rivers Festival in the Metro East this weekend, you better make other plans. That's because it was set to take place at the National Great Rivers Museum in East Alton, which is closed. And before the shutdown started, those trying to save the Loop Trolley project got a 2-week extension from the feds. This was to prove the project is still rolling along. That's according to our partners at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Now project coordinators have until October 31st to produce final plans for the trolley line. If approved, it would run between U-City and Forest Park. And new at noon from Kirkwood, this man, Jeremy Munson, is under arrest, accused of meeting an undercover Kirkwood police officer for sex in exchange for money. Munson is from Memphis, Tennessee. He supposedly agreed to meet the woman on South Kirkwood Road. We're told his bail is set at $25,000. And News 4 is always looking into new crime trends. Another robbery at a Metrolink station, this time in Fairview Heights. Police tell us an East St. Louis man, Roderick Roberson Jr., punched someone and ran off with the victim's phone. Roberson asked the person if he could use the phone to make a call. The victim handed over the phone, and that's when Roberson punched him and ran off. And a city dump your tax dollars paid for gets used illegally by outsiders looking for a free ride. Officials in Wood River, Illinois tell us they're battling, quote, abuse of their amenities. They say illegal dumping has been an issue in their city for more than a year. They also say the problem ultimately leaves a lot of debris and brush near the site.
What are you guys trying to do to guarantee that, the taxpayers aren't being abused, basically?
Right. We're looking at different policies. We think we have some ways to firm up the restrictions.
Right now, you only need an ID with a Wood River address to use the dump. News 4 learned the City Council will consider stricter guidelines. Right now, fines for illegal dumping are as much as $500. And coming up on News 4 at noon, we have some new information about vitamin D products, especially the impact it has on patients battling osteoporosis. Plus,
it's amazing. I'm from Arkansas, so I haven't really seen very much famous people, so it's like a good first. It's an amazing first.
A big surprise in New York City, the music legend that caught fans off guard with a free concert. That and more straight ahead on News 4 at noon. Time now for your deal of the day. It comes from the resale shop on North Willenburg in Creve Coeur. Happening today until Monday, you can buy books for as little as 50 cents. The resale shop is open from 10 until 6 today and Monday. Saturday's hours are 10 to 5. They're closed on Sundays. You can always find the deal of the day and other discounts on our website, KMOV.com. And it's a really great weekend to be in St. Louis. So much happening around the city, even if you do not have tickets to the Cardinals games. Oktoberfest kicks off tonight at 5 in Soulard. Check out these numbers. Over the weekend, festival goers will be able to drink from 2,000 kegs of beer, feast on 15,000 brats, 8,000 potato pancakes, and 3,700 Bavarian pretzels. Don't worry, there will be a 24-foot movie screen showing the baseball game for all the Cards fans at Oktoberfest. And also happening this weekend, we need to tell you about another part of downtown where you'll be sure to encounter roadblocks. Tomorrow is the first annual Washington Avenue Street Fair and Fall Festival. It's on Wash Ave between 10th and 14th Streets. That area will be closed, as well as 11th Street to Lucas and 11th Street to Locust. The fun kicks off at 11 and goes till 9 tomorrow night, but the streets will be closed starting at 3 a.m. tomorrow to 12 a.m. Sunday. And up next on News 4 at noon, are you someone who swears by herbal products? New research out of Canada might just change your mind. And also ahead, the Queen of the Kardashians is trying to clear up rumors regarding her breakup with husband Bruce Jenner. We found out what she's saying about their marriage problems. But first, we're sticking with the Cardinals theme for the fun fact. Take a look. We know about the 11 World Series championships, but do you know just how many games the Cardinals have won over the years? That answer coming up a little later, only on News 4 at noon.
You're watching News 4 in high definition.
News 4 is always looking for reports that affect your health, and a large review of vitamin D studies finds no evidence that the supplements prevent osteoporosis. Researchers in New Zealand analyzed data from 23 studies and found people who took it for 2 years had a slight improvement in bone density at the neck, but no other effects. They concluded most healthy adults do not need vitamin D supplements. They recommend limiting supplements to individuals who are likely to be vitamin D deficient. The majority of herbal products on the market contain ingredients not listed on the label. That's according to a new study out of Canada. Researchers tested 44 herbal products sold by 12 companies. They found only 2 companies did not use any substitutions, contaminants, or fillers. They say some of the unlabeled ingredients could lead to swelling and allergic reactions. And also, a new study suggests kissing helps us size up potential partners. Then once in a relationship, it may be a way of getting a partner to stick around. The research from Oxford University also found that women rated kissing as generally more important in relationships than men.
Skies are sunny, temperatures in the mid-70s, not too humid. Good looking Friday out there at lunchtime. We'll talk about the forecast for the game tonight and tomorrow and your weekend and beyond coming up on News 4.
But first, take a look at the stock market on this Friday, the 11th day of October. You're watching News 4 at noon.
As our Cardinals turn around and come back home.
Could be a slight delay tomorrow, but we should get the
I mean,
game
it
in.
could be. I tend to think it's going to be dry, and with most of the rain having moved out by then. But even if it does, we'll get the game in.
I like it. And it'll be a win. Let's hope.
Well, of course.
Of
that
course.
goes without saying.
All right, thank you, Kenton. Now let's check out Sir Paul McCartney. Sir Paul McCartney surprised fans in Times Square yesterday with an impromptu concert. McCartney tweeted earlier in the day that he would be playing a surprise show, and to no surprise, a large crowd gathered to hear the Beatles legend. He played 4 songs off of his new album titled New. That album is due out next week. And we've been hearing a lot about Kris and Bruce Jenner. Well, Kris says she's separated from her husband, but divorce is not on the horizon. When asked by People magazine if divorce papers had been drawn up, she said, quote, "No, no, no." The mom of the Kardashians says she and her husband will always remain the best of friends. And Kent and I will be right back with the answer to the fun fact. Do you know just how many games the Cardinals franchise has won over the years? I'll give you a hint. It's a lot. That answer is next, only on News 4 at noon. And time now to answer the fun fact.
Sticking with the Cardinals theme that we are on today, do you know how many games the Cardinal franchise has won over the years?
The answer, more than 9,300 games. That
Wow.
includes the 11 World Series championships, 18 National League pennants. Oh, this list continues. 3 National League Eastern Division titles and 8 National League Central Division titles.
My goodness, that's a lot. That's a lot.
is a lot.
And all we're asking for is 5, 10 more.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think that's asking too much.
It's not. Well, thank you so much for spending this half hour with us. We will see you all again for News 4 at 5 o'clock. Enjoy your afternoon, and let's finish this by taking one final look at Busch Stadium.
Go Cards!